welcome to Refit. My name is Crystal, and this channel is going to be a crazy new challenge for me. I am wanting to do this to prove to myself and to others that a 43-year-old woman can get her fitness back. In 2012, I started noticing that I had put on a lot of weight. And throughout my life, I'd never had issues with weight. It wasn't one of those, where I was up and down or anything else. I was always kind of small. I'm 5'4", and I always was between 105 and 110 most of my life. And so by the time 2012 rolled around, I was at my heaviest weight. I was at 189, and I couldn't walk up the steps. I couldn't do any of the things that I wanted to do. I was struggling, and at the time I still had younger kids, and I wanted to be able to do things with them and to be able to hang out and play and not be out of breath and feel like I just felt awful. And I felt like my kids deserved better, and I deserved better, and my husband deserved better. So I started this crazy journey. I started watching some videos. I had seen a Beachbody video infomercial for P90X. And so I decided to try P90X. I ordered it. It came in the mail, and it was the hardest thing I think I have done to actually get myself into a rhythm and want to do it and want to lose the weight and do the work that it took. I did the whole, give me this pill and give me, some kind of cream to rub on my belly and all that kind of stuff, and nothing worked. The key to it truly is what you eat and moving your body. And so anyway, in 2012, I lost probably 20 pounds, but really got me going. Like, I felt like, okay, once you start moving, you want to move. So I actually ended up finishing P90X all the way through the system, and it started my love for all things Beachbody. So I can't remember what all came out then. It was like Turbo Fire and a bunch of those things. But P90X was always kind of my thing. Tony Horton was my jam. And he's probably the only Beachbody coach that after I've done the program a few times, I usually mute them and start listening to music. And with Tony, I always kept Tony on because he was very motivational. So I ended up losing, in a couple of years, I lost down to 116, and I stayed at 116 for a while, and was kind of able to maintain my weight. So let me tell you a little bit about my medical history, which would be some of my struggles that I go through with in this whole journey. At 23, I was diagnosed with cervical cancer and had to have a hysterectomy. I had a hysterectomy, and then a couple of months later, they had to take the final ovary, so put me into menopause. So at 24 years old, I was going through menopause, all those changes and everything. They put me on estrogen, and I was on hormone replacement therapy for many, many, many years, probably up until about 12 years ago. They took me off when all the studies came out about, increased chances for breast cancer and all that kind of stuff. And so I came off of it. So I went through the complete menopause. That's, I think, where a lot of the weight came from. A lot of research I've done shows that with the changes in your estrogen levels and hormones and all that, that you can gain a lot of weight, and 100% that's what happened to me. So after losing all of the weight and being able to maintain it pretty well, for a while, I really got into YouTube, and I started watching some of the different YouTubers that were meal prepping. And so I got into meal prepping, and I created my own recipe sheets. I have all of this, stuff that I've created to help in the journey. And I would meal prep on Sundays and fix 6 days worth of food for myself and my husband every Sunday for for many years. And once I got into the exercise groove, I really felt like I wanted to move all the time, a lot. I wanted to run, I wanted to walk, I wanted to hike, I wanted anything that I could do that was exercise. It sort of became an addiction, and that's what I wanted to do. It was, something to get my body moving. So, I guess that kind of brings me to the last 2 years. I had gained back up to 122.2, and I maintained that for probably 3 years, and did pretty good with it. I was still meal prepping, still moving, still doing everything that I was supposed to do, and I had hurt my back and wasn't feeling like it was getting better, and I had checked it, and so they wanted to run some tests. I had a DEXA scan done, and I have osteoporosis. At 40, I guess I was 40 when I was diagnosed, I have osteoporosis. To me, sounds like an old person's disease. That's what I thought it was, something you get when you get old. And so finding out that I had it sort of knocked me down a few levels, because, then it becomes, you can't jump, you can't, climb a ladder, you can't do all these things that might potentially be dangerous to you, because you could break something easily. And so that really sort of knocked me down, because I have always been just an old country girl. I get out there with chainsaw, and I get out there with the mower and the four-wheeler, and I hunt and I fish. And so I'm just, used to doing whatever. I could figure it out. My daddy taught me that if it needs to be done, you can do it. You just got to figure out how to do it. And so it knocked me down a few pegs. And I think my workouts took a hit for sure. And so I started putting on a little bit of weight then. I think I got almost to 130. And in the meantime of that, my daughter and her husband were expecting a baby, and my son was deployed to Afghanistan. So I had a lot of things going on emotionally wise last year, and I really struggled with them not being around. My kids are literally everything to me, and there's not a thing in this world I wouldn't do for them, or, just being able to be there for them. And that's really hard to do when they're not around. So I really struggled with that. And I started emotionally eating. I'm not a huge chocolate eater, but I love me some chips and dip and gummy worms and just sugar, I guess. I just like sugar. So in August of last year, I stopped working out. My son came back from Afghanistan. We were in New York for 2 weeks, waiting for him to get back. There was a lot of trouble getting all of them back. But so we were up there for a long time, and I got out of the rhythm. And for the first time since 2012, I didn't work out. I didn't work out at all for weeks. And it was weird, and my body got really used to it. So after he came home, and then we came back home, I did not pick it back up. I had gotten used to not working out, and I was kind of like, I deserve the break, and I've been working out for so many years. And my husband works out every day. And we live in the country. My next video is actually going to be a tour of my home gym. We actually had to buy a big metal storage building and put it on our land, and we turned it into a gym with electricity and heat and air. But we'll go over all that in the next video. So anyway, I just got lazy, and then I got lazier and lazier, and I think a little bit of depression. And then my daughter decided to move back home, and her husband and the baby. And I think that kind of was a big turnaround for me in my mental health part of this journey. And it's really got me back to thinking like, okay, you know, it's time. And so I've put on a lot, not a lot to some people, but to me, I've put on a lot. And so the biggest thing I want you to know with this channel is that I am going to be blatantly honest. This is a no filter, no holds back. You're going to see the good, the bad, the ugly, the struggles, the pain, the happiness. You're going to watch me die. You're going to die a little bit with me when I work out and can't breathe and so forth. I'm going to show you the scale. And I'm not a big scale believer. I don't believe in weighing yourself every day and that kind of thing. I always did weekly the last time. So I think that's what I'm going to do this time, is maybe part of my Sunday weigh-in meal prep day. Usually Sundays are my rest day. So I will try to incorporate all that in. So you guys are going to see everything. You're going to see, I want to be completely honest, and it's a very vulnerable place to be, but I feel like there are so many people out there that once they take the break and they've stopped, that they're scared to get back into it and scared to get back into doing it. So I'm going to show you a picture of me at my heaviest. And then I'm going to show you a picture of me at my lowest. And that's kind of where I want to be. But I really have a goal this time that I want to lose some weight. I think I'm in the 140s. I haven't weighed myself in a while. So I think I'm in the 140s now, and I want to lose some weight, but I want to get super strong. So this is my plan. I am going to do bar blend with Beachbody. It is a online streaming company that you do workouts through, and so I'm going to do bar blend. I've already purchased it. I purchased it early and then was just too lazy to do it. So now I'm going to do it. So my start day is Sunday. Sunday, I'm going to weigh, and you'll see that. I am going to meal prep, and you'll see that. And I haven't done it in a while, so you're going to have to bear with me a little bit on that. And then Monday starts the workout. And my plan is to do the bar blend, like I said, and I'm going to incorporate weightlifting as well. I love weightlifting. I love lifting heavy weights. It's a good adrenaline fix for me, to get that music blaring and throw some metal around, some weight. So anyway, I'm not a professional. These YouTube videos are going to be interesting. I am going to try to edit them to make them look decent and that you can understand me. Because I say a lot and I don't want to bore you to death. So anyway, bear with me as I learn YouTube and my editing software. And I hope that you guys will join in. I'm going to try to post at least twice a week and let you follow my journey, and maybe you'll get a little inspiration out of it, and maybe you guys can help hold me accountable and, you know, make me want to keep coming back to prove to you guys what I can do and what you can do with challenges, health challenges. So anyway, welcome to my channel, and make sure you like this video, smash the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so that when my next video of the gym tour comes out, you can watch it and you'll know firsthand. So make sure that you tune in next time so that you'll be the first to see me struggling, laughing, loving, and living. And that's it. First vlog done. See you guys later.